Welcome everybody to Four Stroke Hards. We are here at Willow Springs, Streets of Willow, counterclockwise. We're here with two wheel track days. We came here for a 3-day weekend. It was absolutely bananas because we had Friday Willow Springs, the main track, and then we had Saturday and Sunday Streets of Willow in counterclockwise and clockwise configuration, which was amazing. Everybody's here. All the motorcycles are here. So Slow is in the house. What's up, buddy? I'm glad to see him back. He broke his jaw at another track day, unfortunately, at an accident that he had, which was not pretty. But finally, he's back and riding full speed, which is super cool. We got the Ninjas, we got the KTM RC390 Cubs, we have the R6s. Tim brought his FS 1981, 1982, I think it is, Yamaha, like one of the first sports bikes for Yamaha. This is super cool. We're here with Sergio and then Martin will do also as well the technical breakdown. It's the safety briefing for everybody. Martin and Sergio do a great job. Anna in the house. Helite, actually, airbags being tested here. They're amazing pieces of gear. Go check them out whenever you get a chance because they're absolutely phenomenal. Right, we're gonna start today by talking about what are the differences between counterclockwise and clockwise directions, so that people can get an idea of what it's like to run them both. So here we are, we take off. In this direction, you're gonna enter from the left-hand side, and you're gonna go straight up you're gonna run into the straight, which is pretty simple, pretty easy. Tomorrow or the next one you're gonna see is gonna be a little more difficult, but easy to figure out. Coming here with a 400 is absolutely lovely. To be honest, is one of the best bikes you can bring to Streets of Willow. 600s are here, 1000s are here. They just don't use full power. Past 4th, 5th gear maybe if you're lucky, and by the time you click 5th you're already coming down. But I love this track. I really love this track. It forces me to be extremely technical. There are a little bit of blind corners here and there, like this particular section. A lot of the corners, as you can see in this direction, are kind of like over the crest, blind over. You need to find where it ends, but once you do the track, couple of sessions, 1 or 2 sections, then the track becomes like pretty self-explanatory. You start gaining confidence little by little. Although you have your warmers on, and although right now it's summer, always make sure that you've got your warmers on, and you do 1 or 2 laps, warming up to it. If you know the track, gun it, of course. But yeah, one of these, for example, this straight has a blind little zigzag right and left that is a little bit, I don't know, but it's pretty cool. All right, let's talk through the lap. In a 400, you're always gonna run like this. I think this truck is definitely built for the 100. This entry to the parking lot is a little touchy, but if you have the suspension well done, check out with Bobby. Check out with the suspension folks out there. Suspension matters, so Bobby Lou or anybody that's around. It should absorb the bumps. Relax into it and let it happen. All right. So after the main straight, you're going as fast as you can, pinned all the way up the hill, and you're gonna downshift a couple of times, or whatever is for you, to enter this corner. Try to enter as wide and as wide as possible into it to bring it smooth. Then you've got the downhill and the first left turn. This turn is tricky because it's a little bit off camber. Right now in the camera it's hard to see, but it's quite off camber, the asphalt. Following to a right corner, which is a little bit blind, and then from this point on it's just left-right sections that are absolutely fantastic, to try and test your flip-flops, followed by this lovely long left sweeper that then goes into the ball. There's like a little ball, like in Chocoala, for example. It's just a little off-camber ball that comes up and comes back down. Once you get it right, it's absolutely lovely. The G-forces there are tremendous. I love this strike. This straight is really cool. It's really blind. You've got like a little zigzag at the end of it, right here, to the right and to the left. Once you're comfortable with it, you are pinned to it. All you do is coast, lift a little bit on the crest, and then just get onto your braking here on this left turn. And then here you've got like a really rapid succession of a right and a left. Really good time to brake into your left. And then the parking lot full of bumps where you crap in your pants, and you let the suspension do the thing. And back to the straight. They resurfaced the pavement of the track, so it's absolutely lovely. It's better than Willow Springs in my opinion, at least for a small bike. Willow Springs on a little bike is not too bueno, and you gotta be geared really long. So anyway, up the hill, first corner, time to brake when you lift it, and then tip it back in, tight, and then open up to the left as much as you can so that you can open gas. This part of the track is pretty wide, which is fantastic. Oh, look at that, R8, CA, R8, whatever, KTM. That's dope. Anyway, up the hill, in goes Damiano, of course. And then right, and then your left going down the hill a little bit. This flip-flop of left and rights are absolutely amazing. Because once you get them all synchronized and once you figure them out, because it's a little blind at the beginning, and then you connect them all, it's really fast, and you take this left to dive into the ball. I take it really early. I've been following Anna and her husband, trying to figure out what's the best point of entry. I hadn't been here in about a year, so I don't know where the right point of entry is for that ball. The straight that is blind, just go. Try to tip to the right, kiss that, and then to the left. And yeah, just it's scary, but once you get used to it, it's perfectly fine. Right after that, you do the braking after you go over the crest. And then these little right and left flip-flops are beautiful. They're fantastic. Great to practice your braking into bumps. Like the bumps are really good because it shows you how your suspension is. It exposes if it's too soft, if it's too hard, and you know, it just makes you better. Onto the straight, pinned, hold it. It's scary, but hold it, and into your right, and then as soon as you lift, brake, start slowing down, and then ready for your next right. And then open gas as early as you can because you got a lot of track to the left. Doesn't seem like it, but there's a ton of track to the left. This one is the off camber, so be careful. You know, you can come in hot, but just be careful. Make sure your tires are up to temperature for that. And yeah, up we go, to the right, little blind corner again. Stay like in the middle of that part of the track because you're immediately going to switch left and then right. So going all the way to the left, to go left again is quite not so bueno. This is a lovely lefty ball, accompanied by the ball again. Somebody had a bit of a spill, so you see how the guys from the track put a little bit of like this sand to basically cover all the greasy patches areas. You got to be careful once they put it for the first time, but after that it's fantastic. You can touch it, it's no problem. These things are built for that. It's pretty good. Again, the blind up and down, it's something that you gotta get used to it. Especially as you're going in a 1000 or 600, you might come off the other side and not see what's coming and find yourself in a blind position, and it's freaky, but you'll figure it out. Back into the bumpy things. As you can see, this track is about a minute and change. It's not a big track. It's not as long as Button Willow or Chocoala. It's a nice little track. It's absolutely lovely. Yeah. Up the hill we go. Up the hill we go, and then brake as late as you can to the left, as far left as you can, so you can take the dive really quickly. Don't slam on the brakes too hard. Just try to carve the brake into it and then take a right. Down the street we go. This direction is absolutely dope. The last time I went, I actually did it the other way around. I did the counterclock and then the clockwise, and this time I did clockwise first, and I really enjoyed it. I think this is my favorite scenario. There's a lot of blind corners which you get used to it very very quickly, but your brakings and cambers are set up for you to brake into the corner, and I don't know, the design and the layout for me, this is my favorite. I need to get much more work done. I need to be able to chase somebody like Anna and her husband or something along those lines to be able to get used to this type of track. There's so much speed that I'm leaving on the table just because I'm scared of when to exit on the blind sides of things, and kind of learning to trust the tire in the off-camber parts. Like there are some off-camber parts that, you know, I think is gonna go, but it's not going anywhere. And then when I see Anna pass, or any of the fast folks in the 400s pass, and they just gun it ridiculously. So it's great. All right, off we go to the straights, and we keep going. Obviously the 1000s and the 600s are going to pass you, so always stay to your left to be predictable when you're going up the hill on the main straight, or basically anywhere in the track. Just try to be predictable so that, you know, it's on you for people to to see your predictability, and it's on them to pass you safely, but thanks to you being predictable. So it's important to know what group you need to be on, and it's important to ride well, you know, not too many bobbins and weavings. But if you have doubts, you know, there are lovely folks in C group and B group that can coach you, and they can show the track a little better. Sylvia is awesome at coaching folks out there in the track, and there are always teams out there in two-wheel track days coaching and doing an absolute amazing job at it. The ball, I take the ball too early. See how I come in too early and then it forces me out and then tuck back in? That ball has to be taken out midway and then dive in, because it's a decreasing radius. So it's quite interesting to see. This straight, again, you know, easy to get past, but see how the S's kind of like tighten themselves? So you gotta go far right to far left very quickly. So just beware when you go there next time, if you've never been here before. If you have, then you know it's fun. Yeah, this is a great opportunity in these little braking areas to catch the big bikes, because you're light. All the 400s have an opportunity to brake and, you know, get in there and back out to the straight. All right, guys, for this one I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna let you guys watch, enjoy, and then we'll do the next the counter clock on the next round. I just wanted to get the video. All right, so we're gonna go into Streets of Willow counterclockwise direction. So as you see, we're entering the way we exited the previous day. So we're entering from the absolute far right and going into under the canopy. You will see the ambulance to the right, you will see the canopy to the right, and it's you'll get used to it after a couple times, to be honest. Love the staff. Two-wheel track day stuff does an amazing job at keeping everything organized. But anyway, you're going to stay to the far right. You see the cone, you see the parking lot, you see the white line. Stay far right from it and enter the same way you came off the previous day, or just enter this way. This side is pretty peculiar. I really like this direction of the track. It does have less blind corners because you're kind of like coming from up the crest of the mountain and seeing what's underneath, so it's easier for you to see the flows of the track. But it's really cool. Some people, and I particularly don't like sometimes when track days do one direction on Saturday and another direction on Saturday, but in streets particularly, I love it because it forces you to try. Come back later and practice again, but it forces you to try because the layout is quite differently. And there's a lot of different movements that are quite similar to the clockwise, but very different. Different techniques in braking. You're working with the right side of the tire more than the left side of the tire. So it's pretty good. And it balances out the use of your tire when you have a Saturday and a Sunday together. It's really good. You leave there by using a bunch of your tire on the left side one day, a bunch of the tire on the right side one day. So again, get your warmers on, make sure everything is good, especially in the winter seasons. If you're watching this towards the winter side, October, November, December, sort of things. But anyway, we're gonna do a few laps of this, talk about it, and let's go. And now we start going down the hill. This is one of the dopest parts. As soon as you get down the hill, it's full push. You're gonna see a flat guy on the right hand side, and you're gonna start gauging your braking from that point on. The little house on the right hand side is a great guide to show you where to brake, and you can go deeper and deeper as you go. Entering the parking lot, pool coming out as always. On the right, on the left, these are lovely flip-flops. They're up the hill, so you've got camber working with you, and you've got the asphalt working with you. Again, much more predictable, a little bit on the blind side sometimes, but you see the mountain because you're going up the mountain. So lovely flip-flops, lovely straights. Now this corner is particular. This is the ball that you saw in the previous one, and it's a decreasing radius. So you want to take it as wide as you can, and you're going to start to slow down. It's a corner that tightens as you go in. So you've got to be careful because just be careful. The camber is lovely. It'll let you carve in. After that, there's a section of flip-flops which are absolutely great. You can see them from up the mountain again, so it's great to practice your left and your rights. It's going to sound weird, but try to aim to the lines of the track because they widen. Try to be like elbow, shoulder, knee on the edge of the track. Don't be afraid to go from side to side of the track to utilize the whole track, especially in a 400. And a 600 it might be a different story for you, but yeah, just try. This section is lovely. As soon as you get off the left turn and you go down, just pin it. On the faster bikes, stay to the far left so that spits you out to the right. And again, the little hut and the little bike, brake there, and that'll help you gauge what where the braking is. So just be careful. Back to the parking lot, entering to the right and the left flip. This section is lovely. Stay to the far left so that you can dive in and open early, just open early before you hit the apex, and then pinned up the hill. This is the part where it's like the little blind corners, but it's pretty much a straight line in this direction, and because it's uphill you see them come earlier. And into the ball, far right, tip it in to the left, and stay out on the right because you're going to start decreasing as you go. You can hear the engine. Yeah. Open up again on the right hand side. This section is lovely. You've got your left and your right flip-flops. This is a great practice for your left and your rights. Switching your body, moving your body from side to side. Don't be afraid to be at the edge of the sand coming in, so you can use most of the track. This is lovely. This downhill is great, and you're braking. It's a little off camber, so just be careful with that. But try to go wider than I just did it right now, so you can utilize the track. This is the beauty of streets. It might be a short track, but it's wide for you to be able to figure things out. Not as wide as Chuckawalla, but a little wider than Button Willow in certain areas for sure. So down the hill you go, pin, and just brake by the little house with the flag. And yeah, so by this time you guys got a pretty good idea of what the track is like. So I'm gonna shut up again, let you guys watch it. This is Scott in front of me on an Aprilia, actually, in a supermoto. He's doing absolutely phenomenal. Probably having more fun than I am in the supermotos. This track is phenomenal for sumos. 600s, 900s, hyper motards, super motards. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna shut up. Enjoy the rest of the video. Enjoy learning the track. If you have any questions, drop them below, comments, whatever. You know, engage with the community, share this with your friends. We're trying to do this to educate as many people as possible and invite them to the track to be safe and sound and enjoy. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace.